The number of university students reaching out to mental health services has risen by over 50% in the last 5 years, according to a new study. 83 universities provided data from 2012 to 2017, which showed the number of students seeking help rose from nearly 51,000 to just over 78,000. Young men aged between 18 to 21 are those most at risk. Liam New dropped out of university when everything became too much.
I was getting closer and closer to the deadline. The weeks kept building up. Like 1 week after 2 weeks, I kept leaving to the last minute, which caused me a lot of stress. It also, once I didn't even get to finish the assignment because I was that much stressed, I was that much suicidal, that I was attempting to do things. I was going through depression that I ended up leaving university. And leaving university impacted on my life a lot more than I thought. It impacted in me actually going to the doctors and actually being diagnosed with depression. Like attempting suicidal thoughts, like attempting to do it more often. And it was just not a good time in my life.
But Liam's story is not an isolated one. More and more students like Daniel Wallace have experienced a crisis.
I have a fear of being sick. That's what causes me to stress out, gives me panic attacks, gives me anxiety attacks all the time. And obviously during the first weeks of first year, everyone's going out getting like morbidly drunk and drinking far too much, and a lot of people do throw up. And I remember, I think it was second week of freshers, I could hear my neighbour who lives below me just being sick all night, and I remember being up all night with headphones on, panicking for at least like 6 hours. I didn't get any sleep whatsoever. And it was at that moment in which I sort of realised what was causing it. And it just put me off drinking, it put us off socialising, because I didn't want to be around that sort of drinking culture, which also made me miss out on making as many friends as I possibly could. And I feel as though I'm trying to make up for it even to this day.
For the past 2 weeks, Teesside University hosted a Festival of Wellbeing. We spoke to event organiser Hazel Wright.
I think the Festival of Wellbeing will benefit the students because it just gives them an opportunity to try something new, to learn something new, to gain some new knowledge and skills and information that they can use for themselves, and hopefully help them to make some small changes, get some help that they need to take forward into their sort of, while they're at university, but also following on from after they finished university as well. Students work very, very hard. They work hard on their studies. They work hard in sometimes 2, 3, 4 and 5 jobs. And I think it's an extracurricular activity, but I think it's an opportunity for students to just get involved in something that's maybe a little bit different, or something that they wouldn't ordinarily get a chance to try, which is kind of outside of their studies. It's an opportunity to meet some new people, to get involved in something new, and just a way of kind of taking some time out from their studies and from their other busy lives.
And the Student Union is active too in helping students manage the stress they experienced while studying. Sophie Bennett is in charge of student welfare.
I'd like to think all of the outreach work that we do and campaigns, especially on things that aren't necessarily the way that you would first look at them, centred around mental health, so things like about money. Like I said, debt for a student is probably one of the biggest problems that we all share, and things like we run like Loaded in Skint, teaching students how to manage their money as best they can, and then other things like housing, making sure that you're living somewhere that's safe, secure, with the people that you like, in a nice area and you can afford it. Just basic things like that can make someone so much happier. And then mediation as well with people. Human beings aren't going to agree all the time, like that's just a given thing. But knowing that we can help people get along and work better together is something that's really rewarding.
Universities Minister Sam Geimer said recently that universities need to do more to meet the mental health needs of students. Here at Teesside University, helping students improve their well-being has become a priority.
If I give advice, I'd make sure you have like a family member. It's always good to have like that one family member you can talk to. Like obviously mine's my mum and my brother. But it's always good to surround yourself with people to know that, because then you're going to realise in your head they actually care. Because if you don't tell them and then they're going to listen and give you advice back, you're not going to know in your head that they care. So you're going to get lower and lower and lower. So my advice would be to get a counsellor or talk to your closest family members.
You can talk to people at the Students' Union and they can point you in the right direction. They can tell you either how to fix it or who to go and see who can try and fix it for you. They can give you advice on how to deal with stuff.
Some people don't realise how stressful it is to be a student, to go to university for 6 hours a day and work so hard and sometimes get very little recognition for it.
I would say the main thing is just to speak to somebody and to get help if they feel that they need it. And obviously just that there is a lot of support around the university, within student services, within the student union, within the schools. But it's really about asking for that help and being able to access it because it is there for them to use.
We now live in a time where it's perfectly all right not to be all right. And I'm pretty sure every student here at Teesside has once in their time thought, I can't do this, this isn't for me, I don't want to be here. And we just need to take care of them and love them. We're all one big family of students. We're all struggling along together. We need to band together and make sure everybody feels loved and accepted all the time. We walk out of university with £27,000 worth of debt. There is nowhere else in the world where you will have that much looming over your shoulders.
I wouldn't be the person who I am today if I hadn't went to counselling, so just talk to people. It helps.